Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mike Sunstead, and I'm with Colin Sunstead here at the fifth place consolation game at the Carmody Center, Gonzaga College High School. Great basketball supporting great works. The DC Classic is one of the Mid-Atlantic's premier high school basketball tournaments, bringing together top-ranked programs from around the country for great basketball and a great cause. All proceeds support Gonzaga's numerous service projects and service trips. At halftime, we'll talk more about the numerous service projects supported by this tournament, as well as those sponsors who've helped us with this tournament. If you can't wait until then, please visit our website, gonzagadcclassic.org. If you're listening, you're probably watching. We got two great teams on tap. We've already had one game that was a little bit of a runaway for Wilson High School here in Washington, D.C. against St. Maria Goretti of Hagerstown, Maryland. This hopes to be a good matchup. Two 1-1 teams. We've got St. Peretti in dark navy blue, and we've got in white trunks, we've got Riverdale Baptist. Colin, why don't you go over both of the teams that are with us today?
Of course. Riverdale Baptist, located in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, returns to the Gonzaga DC Classic for its second appearance. The Riverdale Baptist Crusaders, members of the Capital Beltway League, won the 2017 Maryland State Private School Championship and finished with a record of 31-9. Very impressive. Led by Coach Lewis Wilson, who is in his 17th year with the Crusaders and is the winningest active coach in the state of Maryland. The Crusaders return some talented seniors. These players include forward David McCullough, 7 points per game, 4 rebounds, and senior guard Wayne Bristol, he's a junior. And point guard Donovan Totley, who has 11 points per game and 5 assists. Totley is signed to play basketball at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga next year. Junior forward Charles Creek and junior guard Miles Anderson are experienced players who are also returning from last season's squad. Coach Wilson expects contributions from 6'6" senior forward Thomas Gaskins, 6'5" senior forward Grant Grimes, and 6'10", junior forward from France, Josephat Bailao. In addition, talented freshman guards Zion Russell and James Gross will see action. 6'4" sharpshooter that will add offensive punch off the bench. Miles Mallory, a 6'6" junior, is a smooth shooting forward that is a tough perimeter defender and is part of the National Honor Society. Isaiah Lattimore, junior, and sophomore Austin Allison will add toughness and scoring to the lineup, along with smooth shooting lefty freshman Edward Johnson. Coach Murphy notes that two juniors, guard Ronald Giles and forward Gilbert O'Toole, have several D1 scholarship offers, including Columbia, St. Francis of Pennsylvania, and Howard University.
Projected starting lineups today for the St. Vincent Pallotti Panthers. Starting at guard, 6'4" junior, number 4, Rennell Giles. Number 5, 6' guard senior, Steve Kennedy. Number 11, Gilbert O'Toole, junior, 6'6" forward. 6'5" forward senior, number 21, Amir Warwick, and 6'6" center, Miles Mallory, number 33, junior. For Riverdale Baptist Crusaders from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, who will be the home team. Starting guard at 5'10", senior, number 3, Donovan Totley, lead scorer for Riverdale Baptist throughout this tournament. Forward, 6'7", senior, number 11, David McCullough. 6'1", junior at guard, number 12, Miles Anderson. 6'7" forward, senior, number 33, Thomas Gaskins, and 6' guard, junior, number 35, Charles Creek. So far this tournament, both teams have played 2 games. They're both evenly matched. They both have 39% field goal percentage. Their free throws, St. Vincent Pallotti has a slight edge, as well as 3-point percentage, although Riverdale Baptist has scored more points, almost 13 points more per game, and they've also fouled more than St. Vincent Pallotti.
I think we're looking at a good game here, Mike.
I think you're absolutely right, Colin. Lead scorers for the Riverdale Baptist team, who's in all-white uniform, navy and gold. Donovan Totley with 60 tournament points. Charles Creek with 25, David McCullough with 20, A.J. King with 8, Miles Anderson with 7, Bristol Jr. And Gross both with 4, Russell with 3, Toby Bello with 2, and Thomas Gaskins 1. For St. Vincent Pallotti, we've got Rennell Giles with 25 points, Kyron Martin with 21, Steve Kennedy with 16, Gilbert O'Toole also with 16, Miles Mallory with 14, Amir Warwick with 12, It looks that both teams have equitable scores, Colin.
Yes.
What from the last game do you think these two teams need to improve upon in order to dominate?
I think what we noticed very well in the last game was that one of these teams, whichever team comes out the fastest and the most aggressive early, is going to look to be the leader in this one, just like last game. Last game we noticed the team that kind of slacked off and got hot early did not end up having enough time in the end to make up their deficit. So I think that's where what we're gonna be looking for here, aggressiveness.
On behalf, our thanks to this year's participating schools, including Cardinal Hayes High School in New York, Charlotte Christian School in New York, Riverdale Baptist here in Maryland, Roman Catholic High School in Pennsylvania, St. Maria Goretti, who recently played for Maryland, St. Vincent Pallotti, who's playing now, Woodrow Wilson High School, who is winner of the Game 7 consolation game, and Gonzaga, who's in the championship game this afternoon. Okay, we're about to start the game here. First period with 8 minutes. Number 33, Miles Mallory, 6'6" center, will be tipping off against Riverdale Baptist.
These are some tall gentlemen.
The Pallotti Panthers in blue from right to left here, the guest or visitor team. Steve Kennedy with the ball. Drops it off to Rennell Giles. Good defense so far by Riverdale Baptist. Rennell Giles looking for a shot, drives down baseline, shoots.
Oh.
Rolls around, rebound by number 11, David McCullough.
Great move
no
by
score.
Giles.
7.5 minutes to play.
Back out.
0-0 is the score. Riverdale
Totally.
Baptist in all white has the ball. Number 3, Donovan Totley, lead scorer of the tournament.
Totally with a crossover. Into the big man. 3-5. Up. Nope.
Rebound by number 11, Gilbert O'Toole. Good pass.
Warwick. Pass by Warwick.
Number 33 for 2.
Great shot. When your
Miles
big man
Mallory for 2. Riverdale Baptist with the ball.
Oh.
3 bounces in and out twice. Rebounded by Riverdale Baptist, Thomas Gaskins.
When your big man is making those shots, it's a good game for you.
Donovan Totley with the ball. Slows things down a bit. Again, Riverdale Baptist in all white. St. Vincent Pallotti in blue. For those of you who are just joining, welcome to the 29th DC Classic here. 5th place consolation game. St. Pallotti, who has the ball, driving against Riverdale Baptist.
Shot to the wing, open 3. That's no good. Great rebound.
Rennell Giles
Wide
with a
open.
3-point
Totley.
no play. Totley with 2. Count it.
We're now tied at 2-2 with 6:11 left in the quarter.
St. Vincent Pallotti finished 13-17, as Colin said, last year in the Maryland Interscholastic Athletic Association. Shot by number 11, Gilbert O'Toole, no good. Rebounded. O'Toole with the foul. First foul of the game.
Totley will receive the ball.
Totley scored 60 points so far in the tournament. We look to him to, again, lead this game in scoring.
That's a large number. Totley with
Thomas,
the shot.
Thomas Gaskins up front. Out to Totley, no good from 3. Number 5, Steve Kennedy with the drive. Down low. Miles Mallory, no good for 2. Riverdale Baptist with the rebound. Slowed up by number 11, O'Toole.
Creek with the ball there.
O'Toole with the good defense to slow Riverdale Baptist fast-paced offense. Scoring 80 points, almost 80 points a game. You got to think Pallotti's coaches know to start stalling immediately.
Yes, especially with Totley up at the point.
Air ball, rebounded by number 5.
Stolen,
Steve
Riverdale.
Kennedy.
Oh, that's a dunk.
Stolen
Yes,
by
sir.
O'Toole, or stolen by number 11, Dave McCullough.
That was some power from Dave McCullough.
Riverdale Baptist now leads 4-2 with 5 minutes left in the first quarter.
Some oomph.
Riverdale in the white, St. Vincent
Pick
Pallotti in
set.
the blue.
Crossover, layup, jelly fam. Great job.
Number 5 with a great drive. Number 2, Steve Kennedy, scores tied now 4-4.
Wide open. Sets to dribble it in.
Off balance shot. No good for Riverdale Baptist. Steve Kennedy back up. Number 21.
Kennedy to Amir.
Amir Warwick drives it home with the dunk.
Wide open, not wide open, but a shot. Rebound. Back up, it's good.
Number 33, Thomas Gaskins with the rebound and the point.
We're seeing a lot more points scored earlier than last game.
Both teams immediately finding the rhythm. 6-6 here, 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
Only 4 minutes at 6-6.
In the corner, 0-2. Back up to Giles.
A lot more
Giles back to 0-2. 0-2 to Giles.
Pick set.
Miles Mallory with the pick.
The shot. It's good.
Cornell Giles with 2.
Back to Totley. Totley dribbles slowly.
St. Vincent Pallotti 14, Riverdale Baptist 10. 1:27 left in the game. 40 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Passed out.
Coach Murphy pleading for his team to shoot the ball. I don't know how that wasn't a
foul.
Shot. Great rebound. Another great defensive play.
Riverdale Baptist seems to get their way out of that one.
Both times look like a foul, but looks like the referees are allowing them to play a little more spirited than normal.
Let the boys play.
David McCullough with the ball. Waiting for Totley. I would expect the ball to go back to Totley here at some point. I was wrong.
Great.
McCullough with 2.
We're tied with 5 seconds left here in the quarter. Pallotti dribbles it down. Shot up. Not going to count.
Looks like number 11, 6'1 senior, or excuse me, 6'7 senior David McCullough with the foul for Riverdale. Ball back in for Pallotti.
That shot's good, but does not.
So at the end of the first quarter, what an excellent game. Tied up 14-14. Colin, why don't you give us a recap?
Well, Totley seems to be doing a great job of leading Riverdale. Very close matchup like we predicted before the game. Both teams seem to be very high scoring, very fast paced, a lot of shots. This looks to be an exciting one.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is the 29th annual Gonzaga DC Classic. You can follow us online at gonzagadcclassic.org. Upper right, you'll find Watch Us Now, and then at the bottom, you'll see Game Changer statistics. You can follow the game online as well on the iPad, on the iPhone. So what's keeping Riverdale Baptist in is their free throw shooting and rebounding. Field goal percentage for both teams are essentially the same. Nothing really impressive defensive-wise other than just the frenetic pace on both teams trying to get ahead of the other.
Yes.
We look to see the defense become more established in the second period.
Very high-scoring matchup.
8 minutes left in the half. If you're just joining us, Riverdale Baptist inbounding the ball in white against St. Vincent Pallotti in blue.
It's really exciting when you have two very evenly matched teams. It's great to see who comes out on top.
Some of the teams here competing in the tournament have some pretty impressive alumnus we'll go over at halftime or when we have time here. Totally bringing the ball up for Riverdale. 22 checks in for Riverdale Baptist. A.J. King in the game. A.J. King sets a pick for number 11.
11.
McCullough.
Great
McCullough
move,
up for
but
2.
no good.
Good defense provided by Pallotti. Looking for the fast break. 3
Baptist.
Coach Murphy's still frustrated with the referees on these calls. He's looking for a little more help from the referee on his players. Steve Kennedy with the ball up. Cornell Giles. Point guard. Around the corner. Back to Kennedy to Giles. Great defensive ball movement by Riverdale Baptist. Very athletic.
Is that in? No, sir. Oh.
Looks like the ball is going to go back to Pallotti.
Totally almost had that breakaway. Ball got away from him.
Number 11, Gilbert O2 back in. Top. McCullough with the ball. Looking to get the ball down low. They finally get it to the big man, number 35, Charles Creek, in there.
And one. Great.
What a great muscle move by Charles.
He is 2 for 6 on his free throws.
Mr. Creek has 25 points for the tournament. He's 2 for 6. And even though he's a big man, he's got a couple. Martin for St. Vincent Pallotti. Down low, looks to make a move.
Great move.
Great move. Gets the foul. Number 21 will go to the line. Amir Work.
Crusaders foul number 12, Miles Anderson. It's first.
Miles Anderson on the foul. Bilal. Amir Work makes the first of 2 foul shots. Tied up 17, 5:53 left to go in the half. No good. Rebound goes back to St. Vincent Pallotti off of number 5, Steve Kennedy.
We're going Riverdale.
Riverdale gets the ball.
Riverdale's way.
Miles Anderson will bring it in.
Gonna pass it to Totley.
Looks like we got a man defense now. Totley and Anderson defeat the semi-press.
Oh. 11 shoots up, gets his own rebound.
Excellent
comes up
defense
looking
by,
for the foul, but does not get it.
Excellent defense by number 24, Kyron Martin.
With the finish, no sir.
No finish, back out to Riverdale again. Both teams on
Totally
pace.
shot.
Totally looking to go to the line.
We are tied 17-17 with 5:21 left in the second quarter.
Edward Johnson, his first foul. Totally to the line for 2.
Made by Totley. Totley pulls up again. That's good.
Totally good for 2. Totally with 6 points now. St. Vincent Pallotti up the court. Looks like blue 32 with the push-off. Josh Carter.
Josh Carter saying that Totley hit him.
Gross.
Oh, wow.
And there's
that's
an
gotta be
offensive
something.
foul.
Great job by 24 to stick that one.
That was a good call by the referee. You got to know that's one of the few ways you can defeat Totley is once he starts driving and he puts his mind on the goal, just step in front of him, set your feet, and get the foul. Steve Kennedy, senior 6-foot guard, has the ball for St. Vincent Pallotti. Kennedy with the ball down low.
Great shot.
To 0-2 for 2.
Seemingly behind the basket, sinks it.
We're 19 up here, going into 4 minutes left into the second quarter.
This has been a very even game here. It's been tied for a while, back and forth.
Anderson needed a soft touch on that, didn't work. Kennedy with the ball. Nice.
Great move.
Nice left shot with the right hand.
Wow, that was quick. Can't even finish the sentence there. He's already back.
Totally was way ahead of his whole team. I think if his team would have kept up with him, they'd had a good break. Pallotti now with the ball, up 21-19, looking to capitalize. Good defense by Riverdale Baptist. No good. Rebound by Anderson. To Totley. Look for Totley to make a move. And beautiful shot.
That guy is good.
Beautiful shot by Mr. Totley. 8 points now on the game highest score. Coming into it, he was the highest score of the first 2 games. Murphy for St. Vincent Pallotti is calling a timeout to discuss. It's 21-21. What adjustments have both coaches made this half?
Well,
this quarter?
They've been very aggressive. I think with Riverdale Baptist, Totley has been the main story. driving to the basket a lot, driving and pulling up and taking shots. He's kept his variancy. He's mixing it up a lot. Like you said, I feel like the way to stop that is get to him before he gets to the basket. St. Vincent Pallotti has done a great job at passing the ball, getting their shots in. A good mix of Giles, Kennedy, O2, and Mallory. I mean, all their starters have been doing a great job at scoring. Like I said earlier, the theme is that St. Vincent Pallotti has spread out their points, and Tote has been doing most of it for Riverdale Baptist.
Which I think if you can go into the second half knowing that you have to stop one player
instead of
versus 4 or 5,
yes.
You're right. Warwick has 7, Giles, 2, and Kennedy both have, all 3 of them have 4.
Yes.
So there's 3 or 4 threats with
versus 1.
Right. Kennedy brings the ball up for St. Vincent Pallotti.
That one threat is a very good, very large threat, though.
Edward Johnson has the ball back to Kennedy for
Great
3.
Shot. Wow. We're down to 3 minutes.
3-point lead now from that 3-point. Look for Totley to get the ball.
Totally to shoot a 3.
Back to Anderson.
I'd assume. Oh, wow. Mixed up there.
Anderson has the ball back to Oh, that's what I thought. They tried to make it work, do the quick pass, but never really lost possession. Number 12 caught with the travel. Number 10 back in the game. Zion Russell for number 12, Miles
Kennedy
Anderson.
will receive the ball from O2.
Less than 3 minutes now. St. Vincent Pallotti in the blue up by 3 over Riverdale in the white. Kennedy with the ball for 3.
No good. Riverdale with the ball.
Good rebound.
Juggles
Pass
it around
number
a little.
22, A.J. King.
Totally gets
James
the ball.
Gross back to Totley. Totley again taking charge offensively. Russell with the ball. Back out to Gross. Totley, pump fake, shoots for 2 and almost scores. 22 gets the ball,
Falls down.
gets the foul.
We're down to 2:13 left.
Shot good. 23 Riverdale, 24 St. Vincent Pallotti with the ball.
Pallotti back with it. Kennedy.
Kennedy to O2. O2 looks to drive, passes to Kennedy. Number 33 in and rolls around. Number 33, Miles Mallory for 2. They're up by 3 now.
Yes, extending it. Great ball movement.
Coach Wilson from Riverdale's telling them to attack the perimeter. Exactly.
Great move.
See, when the coach dials it up, the players listen, right?
Yes, sir. Got some great coaches.
St. Vincent Pallotti driving the ball down. Kennedy's in the corner, drawn in totally, looking to set up the offense. He's got a wide open lane down the center.
Yes, he does.
1 minute, 15 seconds, up by 1.
Shot clock at 11. He's got to do something soon.
Comes the pick. He's wide open.
Oh, shoot that. No good.
Totally with the ball. Gets stolen by O2. Back out. Back out to Kennedy with the block foul. Good attempt by Mr. Gross.
We're down to 57.6 seconds.
Good try by Mr. Gross.
Left in the half here.
Totally getting in some orders on the sideline from his coach. Got 57 seconds left. Up by 2. O2 out of the game. And in for O2 is number 32, Josh Carter. Josh has 1 foul. O2 been some pretty good muscle for St. Vincent Palotti's.
Kennedy has got a great free throw percentage. That's a guy you want up there.
Totally slowing it down.
Coach telling Totally to go right instead of left. As he
Can see the
was.
wheel play developing here. Lulling
Back to
St. Vincent
Totally.
Pallotti.
With the long 3.
That was an NBA 3 play right
Yes.
there. Now you can see why he's one of the top scorers in this tournament.
Looks to be a man.
11 points now for Mr.
Man to
Totally.
man for
Kennedy with the
Riverdale.
ball. totally tight on him. Number 33, Miles Mallory, has the ball into 24. No good.
We're down to 19.9.
It's like a foul on Riverdale Baptist.
Yes.
Number 11 for Riverdale, David McCullough with the foul. Second foul.
Isaiah.
19 seconds left.
Isaiah enters the game.
28-28. What a game.
I think there's one possession left here, unless there's a quick shot.
St. Vincent Pallotti
If I'm Pallotti,
looking to
I
keep
run
the
down
possession.
clock, yeah.
24 and
They've
Mallory.
got 8. They've got 8. They've got 5. The ball's up in the air. He's got to throw it up.
No good. And that does it for the first half of the 5th place consolation game. Who do you think's winning? Tie game, but who's winning and where? Where are we going to see it develop in the second half?
I think, like we discussed earlier, I think Pallotti's winning the game right now. Riverdale Baptist, they have shown some light, but it's really just it's Pallotti versus Totally right now.
Totally in free throws that are keeping them in it.
Yeah. I think if you're Pallotti, you just got to stop Totally and continue with your offensive success, and I think good things will come. And if you're Riverdale Baptist, you keep getting the ball to some little things, along with the fun service that we do. Lasts about a week. The summer after my sophomore year, I attended the McKenna Center immersion trip right here at Gonzaga. Got a great program going on for the men of the McKenna Center. We serve these men suffering from homelessness. We serve them food. We serve them conversation. We gain a lot from the conversation. We gain a lot from serving them food. It's really great to see just how awesome some of these guys are. Hear some of their life stories with some people that you would have never met if you didn't go on the trip. That group's a little smaller, usually around 20 to 30 kids. A lot of fun teachers go. Everyone there wants to be there. It's a great time. With the McKenna, usually the kids go to a Nats game. When I went, we went to a restaurant called Busboys and Poets. It was really fun. We saw Finding Dory, saw a movie. It was really good. Overall, it's a great experience. I recommend it to everyone, particularly the freshmen and sophomores go on Emmitsburg and the McKenna Center. Those are the two they get to choose from. I decided to go on both. If you go a second year as a sophomore, you are a leader of the trip because you know how it goes. But once you get to your junior year, you get to go to places further away, like the U.S.-Mexico border, Florida, some places in the Northwest, some great places across the USA, and it's a really good program that Gonzaga has set up to emphasize justice and service in our young men and young students' lives. And I recommend it to all the students of Gonzaga. It's a really great time, and it's just really fun to serve.
Thanks, Colin. A lot of these service trips and service functions are nothing to bark about. Cavalier Logistics, your success is our mission. Cushman and Wakefield, a global real estate services firm. United Bank, the community bank for the nation's capital. Bankwithunited.com. Amcor Professional Engineering Services and Management Consultants. Crowell Mooring Law Firm, providing litigation, transaction, and regulatory needs. The Italian Store, the very best gourmet delicatessen in Northern Virginia, located in the Lions Village Shopping Center in Arlington. Nateli Homes, providing architectural design and construction services. The Sheehy Auto Group, shop for cars online 24/7 at sheehy.com. Ulico, a proud partner of the labor movement, providing solutions for the union workplace. Cavalier Logistics, around the corner or around the world, providing cost-effective supply chain solutions for global logistics and cold chain markets. Subway Restaurants, it's delicious. Rotundo Environmental Solutions, the leader in stormwater management solutions. Paul and Diane Bagala with Hat Creek Enterprises. PepsiCo, maker of Gatorade, Pepsi Lay's, Tropicana, and Quaker Oats. Payroll Network, tackle human capital management with a single system. Washington Hilton on Connecticut Avenue, expect more in D.C. Hartford Funds, our benchmark is the investor. Black Restaurant Group, whether it's Black's Bar and Kitchen, Republic, Blackjack, Pearl Dive, Black Salt, and Black Market Bistro. Holiday Inn on C Street, stay and discover. Capitol Hilton on 16th Street, it happens at the Hilton.
St. Maria Goretti, we have the most notable athlete alumnus of the school is Rodney Monroe, a 4-year starter who ended his high school career as Maryland boys basketball all-time leading scorer and went on to college stardom at NC State. We take a look at Woodrow Wilson High School. Listen to this. Warren Buffett, 1947 businessman and one of the world's wealthiest people. In this conversation, of course, I am biased, but we're going to talk about Gonzaga for a little. We have Johnson Batamosi, who currently plays for the New England Patriots. He's the class of 2008. He's played for the Browns, Detroit Lions that I know of. We have Kevin Hogan, who was the quarterback the year before I came here. He was class of 2011. Kevin now plays for the Cleveland Browns. He's also played for the Chiefs. He's played in multiple Rose Bowls. Great starter for Stanford in his time. We also can't forget Chris Jenkins, forward for Villanova, 2016 national champion.
Probably one of the greatest NCAA men's basketball shots in the history of the game.
We also have John Thompson III, basketball head coach at Georgetown University from 2004 to 2017. He was the class of 1984.
We have a lot of great alumni from all these very prestigious schools, and it's great to see that a lot of these kids are going to go on in their lives and be very successful.
Thanks, Colin. Appreciate the update on some of your famous alumni as well as from some of the other schools that are in the tournament. Well, if you take a look at the statistics on GameChanger.com, you'll notice that the field goal percentages are essentially the same, the free throw percentage are essentially the same, and the rebounds are slightly in favor of Riverdale. But guess what? The score is equal, 0-0 or 28-28 to start the second half with 2 minutes left in halftime.
Very even match.
St. Vincent Pallotti, top scorers of the game so far. Colin pointed out that there are 4 guys who have scored consistently. We've got Mr. Kennedy, number 5, with 9 points, 21 Warwick with 7, and then 3, Giles, 2, and Mallory with 4. On the Riverdale Baptist side, it's Mr. Totley, who has been the leading scorer of the tournament so far. He's leading with 11 points. Number 11, McCullough, with 7. And then you've got 4 with 3, Creek, A. King, number 22. Mr. Gross has 2. And Charles Creek has 3. Both teams are back on the court. What do you think their coaches told them? How are we going to differentiate the second half, Colin?
I think Pallotti's got to stop totally. And I think vice versa for Riverdale Baptist. I think you got to keep getting the ball to Totley. I know it's probably better for Riverdale to spread it out, and I think they will a little, but when you have someone as hot as Totley right now, I think you got to take advantage of it.
Good thing about St. Vincent Pallotti is they can go to any number of shooters.
Yes.
And all 5 of their starters are putting in points and getting rebounds.
Yes.
The boards go to Riverdale Baptist. A couple different big men have had play down low, and St. Vincent Pallotti not as much. Riverdale leads the rebounds 23 to St. Vincent Pallotti 13.
Time winding down here. We got 30 seconds left till second half.
Possession arrow goes to St. Vincent Pallotti, so they should be bringing the ball in.
Both teams.
The referees for this game seem to have better control of the coaches. In the last game, started out with
Miller and
Hernandez. Hernandez going at it with the refs a little early.
And
kept
Miller
his
in the late.
finger on the pulse of the refs the whole game, and then Miller late. Obviously probably frustrated his team. As time winds down at halftime here in the 5th place game at the Gonzaga DC Classic. We're starting period number 3. Scores knotted up with Pallotti bringing the ball in. Number 21, Amir Warwick.
Both teams, it's just great to see an even matchup here.
0-2 with the ball immediately back out.
Another shot, it's good.
Number
Quick start
33,
again.
Miles Mallory. Great assist from 0-2 down low.
Totally brings it down.
And fire.
It's Riverdale's up 2 right now.
Ball goes to Riverdale. Possession changes back to Pallotti. Miles Anderson with the ball out to number 3, Donovan Totley. Donovan Totley, a 5'10 senior, is the field general of Riverdale Baptist. Does a fantastic job so far at coordinating his troops. Currently with the lead. Back out. Ronell Giles with the rebound. Finds number 21.
Great
Amir
shot.
Warwick
That's
for
good
three.
for 3.
Amir Warwick.
They take the lead by 1 now.
Totally.
Pallotti.
Back out to Anderson. Or back out to McCullough. Anderson has the ball, looking to pass. Totally gets it, almost loses it. Great athleticism, saves it. 12 seconds on the shot clock. 5:58 now in the third period. Pallotti is winning by 1. Totally.
Shot.
No good.
No good.
Off the rim. Fresh
Fresh
set of
shot
time.
clock. Yeah, that's always good. Oh.
Bad miscue, bad pass. Pallotti picks it up, out of bounds.
We're going Pallotti's way again.
Number 11, David McCullough, almost gets his hand on it, but pushes the ball out of bounds. Back to Pallotti. Couple of scores here. NFL football, if you're listening. Colts and Bills are tied 7-7. Bears and Bengals. Bears are winning 33-7. Packers and Browns are tied. Maybe the Browns can get a win today. They're in overtime. Back to our game. Riverdale, Totally with the steal.
Some body bumping.
Great play by Thomas Gaskins
Get the ball back
to get the ball back.
from Totally. It's hard to do off of that guy.
Amir Warwick inbounds the ball. Warwick now has the ball passed from number 11, Gilbert O'Toole. Ronell Giles for 3. Nope, they only give him credit for 2. St. Vincent Pallotti up by 3 now. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Totally with the ball for Riverdale Baptist, looking to answer. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Number 12.
He's driving in.
Miles Anderson goes for the layup, gets fouled by number 5, Steve Kennedy. It's his first foul. Riverdale keeps 2 players back, probably for how quickly St. Vincent Pallotti's been getting the ball down the court.
The lead has
Anderson with the first of 2.
decreased to 2 here.
Ball out, O'Toole with the rebound, kicks it out to Kennedy. Kennedy's going to get double teamed. Giles fighting over the ball. Both guys walked. No one called it.
He is sinking the shots today. Wow.
Miles Mallory.
When you got your big man singing those wide shots, it's going to be a good day.
It is. And that's what you were talking about earlier, Colin, where it doesn't matter really who you focus on with St. Vincent
They got
Pallotti.
a lot of depth, yes.
They have a lot of depth, whereas they're shutting down Totally right now, which is why Riverdale's not scoring. Excellent pass, O'Toole underneath.
Starting to get out of hand a little. Riverdale's
I
got
would expect Riverdale to call a timeout here shortly.
Totally, I'm expecting Totally to take a shot right here. That's what I'm expecting.
Coach Wilson barks orders from the sideline. Big man up top, number 35, Charles Creek, looks to go down low, gets the points.
Oh.
Did they call a foul? Or Giles for a layup, no good. Number 33, Thomas Gaskins with the rebound to Totally. Totally spins, moves, ball's off his foot, and they call it. Ball goes back to St. Vincent Pallotti. Tough break for Totally there, Colin.
Yeah. You hate to see that. Totally seems very frustrated with the call. He's got to pick his head up, though. He's practically the team.
As
right
advertised, Riverdale was trying to call a timeout. St. Pallotti had possession of the ball, so no luck for the coach there. Kennedy with the ball. Giles looking to shoot.
The shot, deep 3.
No good. 24 gets the rebound. Kyron Martin
Giles.
back down to Giles.
33. Wow, he has been clutch for them.
Miles Mallory. Miles Mallory with 12 points now in the game.
Miles Mallory, with the rebound, no. Back to 12.
McCullough with a good shot. Miles Anderson gets a 3, and finally, Coach Wilson is rewarded with his timeout. 2:53 left in the third quarter. 2 points separates the team, although it's been up to as much as 5 for St. Vincent Pallotti.
Yes.
St. Vincent Pallotti's winning 41-39. A lot less fouls this half so far than last half.
Game's still very even. It's
Looks
hard
like
to tell who's going to come out on top with this one.
Looks like the coaches have made some adjustments.
Yes. Totally seems a little more shut down. Still having a large impact, but not near what he was doing the first half.
If you're looking on Game Changer, his score is actually 41-39, not 42. Both teams are equal again in field goal percentage and free throws. Riverdale Baptist now has 30 rebounds to St. Vincent Pallotti's 16. However, St. Pallotti's is up by 2.
We've got 2:53 left here in the third quarter. Headed towards the fourth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 29th annual DC Classic. If you want to follow us on Gonzaga, dcclassic.org, take a look at our sponsors, take a look at our service projects and trips, who we are at Gonzaga and the Gonzaga Fathers Club. If you want to follow the game, it's upper right. Select Watch Me Now or Watch Us. And then down at the bottom of the website, you can follow us on Game Changer. Inbound now, Kyron Martin all the way out. Wide open.
Seems to lose it. Totally tries to steal it again. Very frustrated. A very frustrated Totally.
Ball goes to Pallotti. Nope. Yeah, ball stays with Pallotti. Totally good on the defense there. Just didn't come up with the ball. 3-on-2 here. Back out to Kennedy. Kennedy drives. Kicks it out for 3. No good. Amir with the drive to the basket. Kicks it in and now back out. Cross court. Excellent ball movement by Pallotti. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Up and over by Giles. No good. Rebound, Pallotti. Kennedy tosses it to Giles. 23 seconds now. 24, Kyron Martin.
It's great to see the ball movement.
What's one of the first thing the coach tells you when you're playing young basketball? How's it quicker to get across court? You pass it around, right?
Yep. Great shot.
3 by Kyron Martin.
It's now 44.
5-point lead now. Totally for 3. No good. Rebound, Pallotti. Kicks it out. Number 21, Amir Warwick on the way down.
See, that's the bad thing about having one guy that you focus on is if he's not on, then.
Well, the first 2 games of this tournament, you don't know who you're playing. You can't really do any research. But this third game, the coaches know who they're playing. They know Totally is the #1 scorer in the tournament, so all you got to do is stop him right at 60 points. That's 30 points a game that this young man has.
Yeah.
Now you can see Coach talking to him right now, telling him to slow things down. Pats him on the back. He just wants Totally to get a break. Hopefully let his team work for him.
Wow.
3, number 24, Kyron Martin again.
It is now 47-39. We're looking at an 8-point lead for Pallotti.
Said Vincent Pallotti called with a foul. Number 33, Miles Mallory, his second. Riverdale calls a timeout. Great defense by St. Vincent Pallotti.
We've got 15.1 seconds left.
60-second timeout. St. Vincent Pallotti, we got 47. They're visitors. Riverdale Baptist, because they're right around the corner, they are 39, losing by 8. Everything statistically looks equal.
Yeah.
But Pallotti's field goal percentage is starting to slip up.
Yeah, seems to be taking a stride here. As Totally came out of the game for a little, he's been the main guy for Riverdale here.
Our motto here in this tournament is great basketball supporting great works here at Gonzaga College High School in Washington, D.C. We've had a game earlier where St. Mary Goretti lost to Wilson 56-41. This afternoon at 5 p.m. or thereabouts, we've got Charlotte Christian, home of the Curry brothers, versus Cardinal Hayes of New York in the third place game in the championship as they were last year. Gonzaga College High School favored to win against Roman Catholic. I wouldn't underestimate Roman Catholic, though. Back to our game. 15 seconds left in the third period.
Let's see what happens. We got about one possession left. I say they run it out. I say they run it out and take a shot.
Russell with the ball up top to Anderson,
not a
down
good
low.
move. They got to get it down.
Bad
They've got
pass.
4,
Kennedy
3,
has the ball driving up the court.
2. They've got 1.1 seconds
With 1 second left on the clock.
It's foul.
Mr. Kennedy is fouled and will go to the line for 2 shots. I am quite confident that Coach Wilson did not want that to happen.
Yes. That's good.
Kennedy for 1. 48-39 now with 1 second left in the third quarter. One shot left for this half. Riverdale will have the ball.
It's also good.
Rolls in. Again, you mentioned at the start of the game, Pallotti was really good with free throws.
Oh.
Almost makes it for the final shot of the third quarter. 8 minutes left in this game. Down 10. What's Riverdale got to do to bring it back up?
Riverdale's got to start spreading out the ball. They also have a tough task in trying to maintain the entire Pallotti offense. I think Riverdale's got to get totally back in a better mental mindset. I think he's a little down right now. He's got to realize he's got 8 full minutes left to get the score back up and to be a good leader for his teammates.
Well, with guys like Totley, he's going to want to put it all on his shoulders. And I
Yeah.
think what the coach told him for St. Vincent Pallotti, Amir Warwick will inbound the ball. He was positioned excellently. David McCullough had the ball, tried to push off on the court and slipped. His right foot slipped out of bounds. Back to Pallotti. Amir Warwick inbounding the ball, part 2. Oh,
great
beautiful steal.
Totally,
Totally behind the
this is
back.
what they needed.
Yes.
Yes.
There we go, and 1.
He's back in the game.
Just what you predicted.
Calm down.
So now what we've seen is a little bit of a press, half-court press there by Riverdale. Pallotti not being able to handle it twice. Riverdale capitalizing on it, can bring it within 7. And he does.
Great shot.
Totley with the N1. Donovan Totley is just truly a great leader on this team.
If he's on, they're on.
You can tell the senior's very poised, calm. Eyes up, Kennedy. Pass over to Warwick. Back to Kennedy. Defense is spread out now, man-to-man. Way up top. Trying to get somebody to set a pick, and he's out of bounds. A little bit of a defensive miscue there, or an offensive miscue there by number 4, Ronell Giles.
Totally being a good leader.
Totley reaches his hand out, tells his team to stay put. Points to the corner. Number 35, Charles Creek with the ball. Drives in with the basket. No good.
Back out to Totally.
Totally.
Oh, I thought he was going to take a shot there.
He looked like he wanted it, but patiently waited.
Off the backboard.
Totally all over the floor, almost had it. Warwick has the ball, drives, pops up for 2. No good. Riverdale Baptist seems to have the momentum now, Colin.
Wow. They do, I would agree.
Dennis Murphy saying it was an inadvertent carry. Ball back to St. Vincent Pallotti now. Warwick to inbound the ball. Looking for Kennedy or number 33, Miles Mallory. Giles gets the ball. Kennedy in the corner. Giles drives to the basket.
Ooh.
No good. Great job by Riverdale Baptist defense there. No foul.
Totally. Oh. Hits it into the stands.
Great play.
Both
Great
coaches.
play. Great defensive pickup there. Jeff.
Both coaches getting more and more heated.
James Gross inbounds to number 3, Donovan Totley. Senior, 20 seconds on the shot clock, 6:45. Down by 7, look to make it 5 right here. McCullough to Gross for 3. No good, over the backboard, Pallotti ball.
We're down to 6:35.
Pallotti with the ball, Kennedy 25 seconds in the shot clock, sets it up. Pick and roll. Another pick. Kennedy loses him into the corner. Warwick. No Warwick. Kennedy for three. No good. Rebound. Number 4, Rennell Giles. Back out to Kennedy. Back to Warwick. Number 24. A lot of threes here. Pilatti's got a lot of looks from several different people. Riverdale still hanging in by 7. Kennedy behind the back, drives to the bucket. No good.
Goes up.
Looks like Kennedy with a foul, maybe. Kennedy with the push. Just Kennedy for 2.
(44-51) Pallotti.
Warwick with the ball. And he walks. Ball to Riverdale. Kind of an unforced error there.
Yes.
If I'm Coach Murphy, I'm telling my team to slow down and relax. They're up by 7. Two really bad plays here by the defense.
Yeah.
Totally with the ball. McCullough, who had that great backdoor play last time down. 3, no good. Giles with the rebound.
Pallotti calms it down.
To Steve Kennedy. Kennedy crosses over to Giles. Giles up top, brings it around the left side. Changes his mind. Ball to Kyron
Long
Martin.
3 again.
No good for Kyron, but it's rebounded by Giles. Back out to Kennedy, set it up for another 30 seconds.
A lot of long shots.
Well, hey, when you keep making the rebounds, right?
You can afford it.
Both teams look tired as they've been up and down the court. With 4 minutes left, St. Vincent Pallotti in blue up 53-44 over Riverdale Baptist. DC Classic is one of the Mid-Atlantic's premier high school basketball tournaments. We thank you for joining us today, where we bring together top-ranked programs from around the country for some really great basketball. We've had 2 games so far. We got 2 more on tap to include the championship later on tonight. All proceeds from this game will support Gonzaga's numerous service projects and service trips. You can find out all about the tournament on Kennedy is out of bounds, throwing the pass in. Pallotti moves around, gets the ball to number 24, Kyron Martin. Ball back out to Giles. Giles around, number 35 into the corner for Martin. No good. Great box out by number 33, Miles Mallory. Big man down low for Pallotti, who's taken.
Shots up. It's good.
And
lead reduced to 10.
It's a 13-point lead, right? Or 7-point lead.
Yes.
Gross goes after Giles. You know, a lot of these players at this level, they have great form.
No, you were right with the 13. Now it's 15.
Now it's 15. Totally. Riverdale having trouble now keeping up with the 4-pronged attack of St. Vincent Pallotti. Pallotti in blue up by 15 with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
A step and a shot. No good.
Yeah, Totely's not hitting it. It's not going to happen.
We're down to
Coach
2
Murphy
minutes.
told his team to slow it down. They got it out to Kennedy in the top left corner of the court.
To the 1 minute range. The game winds down. Riverdale and Totally have to make something happen here if they want to get it done.
By number 22, A.J. King. Pallotti back up.
Down to 15 is the lead.
King tries to make a play, trips. Totally.
Hugs.
Well, I think he's just trying to stop the clock.
We're down to 1:15 left in the game.
60-second timeout.
60-second timeout by Riverdale. Well, it was tied at halftime. Pallotti went in, said we need to do better on our rebounds.
And they did.
We need to do better on the defensive end, and they did, and that's opened it up. You know, when you get a defensive rebound and then you push it out to one of 4 potential great guards and forwards, it opens up the game, and that's what's happened today is they've shut down Totley, who's been the lead scorer in the tournament. Going into today, he had 60 points between the 2 games. And when you eliminate that one threat, it's easy to start racking up the points, and that's what Pallotti's done.
Players headed back on the court after the 60-second timeout.
Grant Grimes in the game, 6'5" senior. Looks like they've got all their shooting guards in. Ball in number 4, Renell Giles. Fouled by Totley, his 3rd.
Crusader fouled for 3. Jonathan Totley now his 3rd. The 17th foul.
As usual, the last minutes are the longest of the game.
Number 4, Renell Giles shoots 1 and the bonus.
Clock there, Colin.
Nope.
18th foul.
44.8 seconds left as number 5 takes ready to take his shot.
Kennedy gets it.
Seems to be in a rhythm here, the whole Pallotti team. It really came out in the second half, and they deserve to be in the lead right now. Sunk his second shot. The ball's back.
Kennedy has 15 points, leads all scorers.
Totally with the shot. He's trying to get things done quickly. They're going to foul again. 35.6 left.
So 10 seconds off the clock, 2 possessions. We're back at the St. Vincent Pallotti free throw line.
Foul number 3, Jonathan Totley his 4th. 19th foul.
Totally claps his hands in frustration. It's a long tournament. You kind of got to reserve yourself,
yes.
You know? Quarter 4, you got to bring it all out. Totley's tried to do just that.
That's no good.
Around the rim. Totley has the ball. Looks
is he
to
going to
drive.
pass it or is he going to shoot it?
Drive and shoots. No good. He's just tired.
We're down to 24.1 seconds.
Immediately fouled again by number 22, A.J. King. This is his 3rd foul. 2nd.
Now the 10th foul. Number 11, Gilbert.
Number 11, Mr. O2 is on the line. Gilbert O2. O2 has 9 points now for the game.
On number 3, Edward Johnson. Number 12,
We got some
Isaiah.
consolation time substitutions here by Coach Murphy. Number 12 in the game.
Shot is up.
Isaiah
Not good.
Oshinene.
Riverdale dribbles the ball down. Totally takes it
has
up.
it. 20 seconds.
We're down into the teens.
And they're working it in.
The shot is up, no good, but they get the rebound back. Pass it back out to Totley. They have 8 seconds. Step back shot. No good.
3 seconds left.
And that will
And that's the
be
game.
it.
And we've completed game 2 here, the 5th place consolation game between the Riverdale Baptist Panthers and the St. Vincent Pallotti Panthers. Panthers versus Crusaders. St. Vincent wins 69 to 49. Colin, give us a recap of the game.
Well, I think the game really came down to the second half surge of Pallotti. And as we discussed during halftime, I think Totley's reign could only last so long, and Pallotti came out with great defense in the second half, and I mean that was the story. They maintained their offensive surge, and they doubled down on Totley, and that's really all it took for them to get the win today.
Well, for those of you who are listening at home, I'd like to thank you for joining Colin and I for the first 2 games. We're going to pass it off to some more professional announcers. You'll notice a distinct difference, but on behalf of Colin, I'm Mike. Thanks so much for joining us today, and thanks again for supporting all of Gonzaga's service projects.